could I just have you introduce yourself?
All right. My name's Corporal Castaneda, and I'm from Gibbon, Nebraska.
And what current billet do you hold here?
I am the Motor T Maintenance Chief and the Assistant Motor T Chief.
Okay. And could I just have a spelling of your first and last name?
My last name is Castaneda, and Diego is Diego.
Awesome. So how did you become a maintenance chief?
After deployment, I came back, and I was still with Golf Battery, so then our first sergeant trusted me to be in charge of the stuff here. So he decided to keep me here and as the maintenance chief, because I was pretty good at keeping track of the vehicles and maintenance.
Okay. So what is your original MOS?
It's a 3521 automotive organizational mechanic. So you basically start off as a regular floor mechanic, just working on basic stuff, and you move up from there to be either being a quality check, QC, or just a shop chief. So after that I was never really in the shop more, because I was we deployed with Golf, so I just went straight up to a maintenance chief.
Okay. And was that the job you wanted when you originally joined the Marine Corps?
I did. Yeah, I like, I don't know, I guess I like to say I like the responsibility, because I feel like I'm competent enough to do so. So, and I also like to challenge myself. So, me taking care of like all our vehicles, I feel like it's a good challenge for myself.
And did you work much with vehicles before you joined?
I did. During like high school and before high school, my father would always do like fixes on our vehicles. So I hung around with him and I learned what I could. And then during high school, I started working at a shop for dirt track racing. So that's where I got more in depth, breaking down the engine and stuff, putting them back together and building basically a race car.
Awesome. So how many maintenance chiefs are typically in a battery?
In a battery, there's only going to be one.
Okay. And what kind of how is that? Is that a stressful job for you to have?
It can be, but I have other NCOs with me that help me along if I'm getting overloaded. They'll kind of help me out. The operators will. They'll help with what they can. And for the most part, I've taught the senior operators, maintenance on vehicles, like small fixes. So they pretty well got it, and they've had some experience before with turning wrenches. So it makes my job a little bit easier. But for the most part, it can be stressful. It has its ups and downs, but only like when you have to work like weekends because maintenance is behind.
So what does it take to be a maintenance chief and be out here and be able to operate on your own?
Well, for one, you have to know what you're doing. If something breaks down and like you need to get that part, you have to know specifically what part it is, and you have to be 100% sure that it's that's causing the vehicle breakdown. So you basically, for the battery, as a maintenance chief in the battery, you have to be able to keep in touch with the battalion maintenance chief. So you brief him on what's going on with your vehicles, and they'll pass it up. And out here in the field, that's when your guys' roles come in. You're more in contact, because if you have something that breaks down, you call him and he'll bring it out for you, or you go up there and pick it up.
So how to fix up out here if something breaks down?
If something breaks down, usually I try to bring equipment out here. I bring my toolbox, and I also bring some parts, just usual stuff that happens. You might get a flat tire, so you bring out tires. You might have some light bulbs that burn out, or some headlights that go out, so you bring some headlights. Just like a belt might break in a 7-ton, so you might need you bring some extra belts with you. From there, if it's like something broken, like a relay in the headlights for like a 7-ton goes out, like you basically work with what you got. And I've used duct tape, paper clips, and it works. So you gotta be quick on your feet, especially out here in the field. Sometimes you won't be able to get those parts right away. So you have to be able to troubleshoot like in your head to be able to, like, to continuously be a step ahead and figure out what's going on with the vehicle.
And how many vehicles did you need to know, like from head to toe, how to fix them?
Well, we have our 7 tons, our MK23s and MK25 out here. Then we have different variants of Humvees, M1152s, 1114s, 23s, and there's slight differences, but they're pretty much the same, the Humvees anyway. We also got Humvee trailers and 7-ton trailers. So I'd say like those 4 pieces of gear right there, I have to be able to know what to do. Like if like brake seize up on a trailer, on a Humvee trailer, they're operated with fluid, so you have to bleed those out. In a 7-ton trailer, it's operated with air, so you can't just bleed them out like that. You have to supply air from the cab of the 7-ton. So yeah, you have to know like a lot about like the vehicle, and that just basically comes with experience and just time. And that's when you really get to know these trucks, and you know how they tick, how they work.
And what does it mean to be the only Marine out here to have the job that pretty much everybody relies on you to get from point A to point B?
Well, it's definitely it gets heavy on the shoulders at times, but most of the time our vehicles are pretty squared away, just because you know, the daily work that we put into when we're in the rear to like basically prep them until we come out here. When something breaks down, like on a movement, on a convoy, like I have to be quick on my feet to think of what's going on, like why it's broken, why it's doing that, and you know, do a quick fix if you can. If not, you're gonna hook it up for tow, which we also bring like tow bars, medium tow bars and light tow bars with us. So yeah, it could be stressful, but you know, I've been doing this since I was a PFC.
So can you just take me through the process? Say like the flat tire we had on the combo out here today. From start to finish, what were your actions on that?
Well, I walked up, I assessed it to see how bad it was, how bad the tire was gashed. And if it's a bad gash to where it's not holding any air, that'll determine the speed of how the rest of the convoy is going to go, or whether I should just tell the convoy to go ahead and push ahead, and we'll stay back with it and just limp to the next pause. But you know, walk up on it and you'll see, you know, if it's drivable, if you can go ahead and keep driving at a decent speed, or if you have to go slower, or if it has to be changed right then and there if it's that bad of a blowout. So you know, you assess it, and from there you work on it, whether it be in the pause or right there on the side of the road. For the 7-ton tires, there's a CTIS system which helps inflate the air, and it helps put air into the tires. So you have to disconnect that, and you have to drain the air tanks for the whole 7-ton. For a Humvee, it's really easy. It's just like changing like a regular vehicle's tires. So they come off right away.
So from going to boot camp to MCT to going to your MOS school, how long is the school, and how much like did you learn coming out of the school?
Well, the school was in North Carolina in Camp Johnson. It was 3 months long, but I was aboard Lejeune for 7 months, because I was just waiting to pick up with the class because it was so backed up. And you go through your different stages of, you know, really breaking it down, Barney style, showing you like, you know, this is a screwdriver, this is an open end wrench, because there's some people that don't have any experience with maintenance, you know, before in their life. So it goes from there to working on the 7 tons, under the engine, removing some parts like the radiator, alternator, all that stuff. Then you move into Humvees, and you take apart, you pull out the engine, and you know, take some stuff apart on the engine, then you put it back in, and if it runs, you pass basically. And then from there you get your 7-ton and Humvee license for the shop use only. So from there, you know, I checked into my unit, and that's when I got to my first unit, and excuse me, that's when there were they told me to go do a preventative maintenance checks and services on a trailer, and they didn't teach us that in school. So basically, you learn the basics in school, but you learn a lot more in the fleet, having more hands-on with all this stuff. And like I said before, knowing how you get to know how these vehicles tick and how they work just by being around them and knowing like the common issues that they have or they will have. So that helps you kind of prepare.
And were there times on your own where you didn't know what to do?
There has been, and I won't be scared to call somebody. Like there's some, two heads are always better than one. So whether it be another fellow NCO, another operator here in the battery, just to run something by them, just in case I had a brain fart, or I'll get on the phone and call another one of the maintenance mechanics and back up the headquarters battery, and I'll be like, yo, I got this going on with the vehicle and this is what it's doing. He'll tell me and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right, So, that happens, and when it does, I'm not afraid to call somebody.
So do you plan to take this skill with you outside the Marine Corps?
Definitely. I definitely wanted to choose a job that I could do what I love to do, because I like to turn wrenches and work on vehicles. So I wanted to take that, and once I got out, I'd be able to still use that skill. So I waited around for about 8 or 9 months before there was a job opening, before I shot over to boot camp. So I specifically wanted this job.
Is this a very small job field?
It's not. Motor T is actually one of the, I think it's like second or the third biggest in the Marine Corps. So you got a whole maintenance shop, and you got like anywhere from like 20 mechanics or plus, depending on how much trucks you have, and they'll all be working.
Awesome.